Hello, my name is Nick Jokic, and welcome to the Mitten. This is going to be the first video of a series of videos that we're going to put out, kind of highlighting what we do here in the shop. So our YouTube name is going to be Mitten Machine, because we're located right in almost the center of Michigan, or in the Mitten. And our company name is L&N Industrial Supply. We do machining work. We also do some machine repair, and we buy and sell equipment. So kind of a variety of things that we do here in the shop. This shop is a part-time shop. It's me, and then my dad will come help me at times. I work full-time, so it's just right now it's just a part-time thing for us. This video series, or the videos that we're going to put out, are going to focus more on work that we do here in the shop, or machine repair. So we might get a piece of equipment in that we got to do some repairs to, so we'll do a video on repair and some maintenance on equipment. So we'll start off, and we'll kind of go around the shop and see some of the machines that we personally use here in the shop, and kind of give you an idea of what our capacity is. So let's take a tour. So this is our lathe. This is a Harrison M500. It's a 21-inch swing, 80 inches between centers, and it's got about a 3 1/4 inch, just a little over 3 1/4 inch hole through the spindle. It's built by the 600 group, which actually builds the Clausing Colchester. So there's a lot of similarities between this and what you'd find in a 21-inch Clausing Colchester lathe. There are some parts that are common between them. The clutches, in fact, the matrix clutches are the same on this as what they would use on a 21-inch Clausing. This machine is, I think the year is a 1981 on it. We've got a 2-axis readout on it. It is a handy machine, and it's nice because of the 3-inch hole in it. It's not as rigid as a machine as like an old American-built machine, like a Monarch or a Lodge and Shipley or a Pacemaker, but none of those machines ever had a large hole. And we had a Monarch, in fact, that swung 28 inches that we ended up getting rid of. Keith Rucker actually got the tailstock and some of the other parts off from it, just because the machine only had an 1 7/8 hole in it, and some of the things that we do, we need at least a 2-inch hole in the machine. So this is our lathe. I am looking for a smaller lathe. This one gets a bit clumsy if you try to do anything less than 1 inch in diameter. It'd be nice to have around a 15-inch machine. And then I would also like to find a 10EE Monarch. We are considering maybe, instead of a 15-inch engine lathe, going with like a Warner Swayze number 3 turret lathe. But haven't found one that fits the bill yet. So right now this is our primary machine, our only machine. So this is the one that we use to do everything on. So yeah, this is the lathe. This is my vertical knee mill. It's a Webb. It's an import machine. I've had this machine for probably going on 3 years now. It's probably not that long. I probably had it 2 years, and I like this machine. It's got 40 taper in it, so it's quite a rigid machine. It's got a 15-inch table, and it's got a 16-inch knee on it, so it's got quite a bit of travel. It's also got box ways in the y-axis and in the z-axis, which are nice. And I prefer box ways over v-ways. It is big, but it's not to the point where it's too clumsy. It's still quite easy to use. It's a handy machine. It's got the factory AC inverter drive, so we don't have to worry about the variable speed belt. And the other nice thing about having the AC drive on it is we can run it on single phase power. My shop, I actually run it off a phase perfect phase converter. I had a rotary for years and ended up came across a phase perfect, and we switched over to that. But the nice thing about this machine is we can run it on single phase power, so we don't have to run the phase converter. So this is the we use for pretty much all the milling. My other machine here is a Clausing Condia, which is actually just a Condia mill. Clausing brought it in, and they private labeled it. It's no different than the Herco knee mill. It's made in Spain. This is a real nice mill. It's in real good shape. This one's we did put new nuts and screws in it. The one nut actually had some shipping damage when we had gotten it, and it had kind of done buggered up the nut a little bit, so we just bought new screws and nuts for it and put new screws and nuts for it and went through it. It's in real good shape, but with the web and the CNC mill, this one I think we are going to get rid of. Don't really need two mills right now, so this one's kind of taking up some real estate. So I think this one's gonna find a new home. But yeah, this is the mill. We've had this one for a while, and it's R8. You know, it's a nice mill, real easy to use, real clean, nice condition, real smooth. But just don't really need it. So we decided we're probably going to get rid of this one. This right here is our Herco BMC 30 or 3017. This is the CNC mill. We're running the Ultimax 3 software on it. It does have the flat touchscreen monitors. It's the first revision of those, I believe. It does have the Siemens controls on it, which we're getting used to. This machine replaced a older BMC 30 we had with the older Yaskawa drives on it. We were having some issues with the Yaskawa servo amp, so we decided to get rid of that machine and upgrade to this one. This is the third Herco we've had. We had a BMC 20, old BMC 20 before that, and we did have to do some work to the Siemens IR module on this one. We got that repaired, and it's been up and running, and we've ran some parts already with it. I like Herco just because of the conversational software, to be able to not have to generate G-code and then upload it onto the machine. You can program one off, two off things conversationally with it, and it seems to work real good. So we've been sticking with the Hercos. You know, in the future we might get something else, but right now the Hercos seem to work good, and a few of my friends they know Hercos real well, so we can kind of keep each other running on different things. So anyhow, this is the CNC, and we'll move on to the next piece. Now for material handling. With us buying and selling equipment, we have to, you know, have forklifts and stuff around, and always, I guess, never have enough forklifts. I've got several forklifts. Where we're at, you know, we get snow and winters, and life can be rough outside. So I have one rough terrain forklift. It's a load lifter. It's a 8,000 pound capacity load lifter. It lifts quite high too. It'll lift up to 22 feet on there, and that's my 4-wheel drive forklift. So we can, if we got to move stuff through the mud, or recover a stuck forklift, or move things around when it's snowing and blowing, we got a foot of snow outside, we're able to do it with that truck. It's got a Perkins diesel in it, and it gets around where we need it to go. This truck is a Alice Chalmers. It's an ACP 120, so it's a 12,000 pound capacity air tired truck, indoor outdoor. This one's got a G230 Buda or Alice Chalmers gas engine in it. And this truck, I haven't really had it that long. I had a 10,000 pound Clark truck that we replaced. This one, or that one was replaced with this one. This one we're going to have a video coming up on. We did some work on the manifold. It had a manifold leak, and I actually did the video already, and we're going to post that one up on the repair of the manifold on this truck. This is going to be our primary truck for moving the heavy equipment. It got to the point where we were getting stuff, including that CNC, that we needed to use 2 trucks to move it around. And I thought, well, it was time to get something bigger, so this truck became available. So we bought this truck, and then this one too. The 120 and the 150 are the same frame, so we do have the ability to add a little stackable weight on the back of it and be able to lift things that are a little bit heavier on it. So yeah, this is our other big truck. And then we have another. We got 2 other lifts. We got a Cat P6000, which is a 6,000 pound air tired truck, and then I have a small Cat electric truck that we use just inside the building here. That's in the other part. This is my surface grinder. This is a Grand Rapids or Gallmeyer Livingston surface grinder. It's this one is in real. It doesn't look it, but it's in real good shape. We got this about a year ago. These grinders were actually built about 20 minutes from where we're standing when they were manufactured in Grand Rapids. Plant's now a scrap metal place, but needed a surface grinder, and I didn't really necessarily looking for a Grand Rapids, but this one became available and the price was right, so I grabbed it. It does not have hydraulic feed on it. It's strictly manual, and I wished it did have hydraulic feed, but I guess without the hydraulic feed or the power feed on it, there's less things to go wrong. So it's used occasionally. It's not like we're using it day in and day out. So if we got a crank on it and use a little Armstrong to get it to move back and forth, that's no big deal. But it is in a good shape, and we're real happy with it. If a hydraulic surface grinder comes along, we might replace it, but not currently actively looking for one. All right, these 2 items, I'm actually going to pop the camera off the tripod. These are our welders. So it's a Lincoln PowerWave 450. This is a pretty nice welder. We've been happy with it so far. Haven't done a lot of welding with it. I'm by no means a welder. So it's just one that we need if we need to glue something back together. We've got it here available. And then I have a ESAB Heliarc 252. It's my TIG stick welder. There again, I'm by no means a welder in any fashion. Just got this just to, there again, if we need to stick something back together, we got it readily available to us. So, yep, both these things when I got them needed some repair. So that might be something, some videos coming up. We do some welder repair, kind of show you some things on welder repair. Get them quite often, come in and need things done to it. In fact, I've got 2 Miller Synchro Waves that we're getting ready right now, so we might do a couple videos on those. So anyhow, yep, these are the welders. We've got a couple other pieces of equipment that are in the back. We got a Kearney and Trecker horizontal mill in the back, and then some grinders and things of that nature around. We're kind of packed in here right now. The bandsaw, I got a Johnson horizontal saw, but we're kind of packed in here right now. We brought in the lift trucks and everything from outside just because we're getting some pretty brutal cold winter weather going on, so things are kind of tight in here. But yeah, so we'll have some videos coming up, and hope you'd have a chance to take a look at them and subscribe and leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.